thing is, apart from our indigenous sources of manpower and resources, what are the things that we can do by a global venture, by a mutual beneficial scheme or supportive scheme from other nations? How we can contact the other nations and develop a productive relation for developing all of these things. These three things are very much essential in evaluation of resources. What do we have? How much do we have? What do we have is natural resources. How much do we have is manpower resources. Then what are the things that are adaptable from sources and what are they and how they are to be adapted. So according to Shastras also, the classification of the society is very much different. Number one, society has three people or three modes of people. One is the burdens of the society, second is the blunders of the society, third type of people are the boons of the society. The burdens of the society, they are of two types. One is small children, helpless people, they are the burdens of the society. Irresponsible members, physically handicapped or decapacitated people, mentally retarded people, they are also forming the burdens of the society. Then the blunders of the society is drug addicts, alcoholics, then those who are engaged in the holy act of immoral trafficking, smuggling and other things, and those who are engaged in disruptism, rowdyism, terrorism, fundamentalism, etc. They are all the blunders of the society. Then those who are trainable, those who are tameable, those who are talented, those who are gifted, those who are proficient and prodigious, they are the boons of the society. So we have to take care of the boons of the society, pull out the resources, cull out the resources and integrate so as we can support the decapacitated members of the society and we can reform the blunders of the society. There are three possibilities for reformation of these blunders. One is isolation, they must be isolated by imprisonment. Second is rehabilitation and socialization if possible. Third thing is amputation, social surgery. So according to Shastra, they say a lot of such things. So we must understand that even on contrary environments, the rowdies, they are very talented than the police. The terrorists, they are very talented than the military. But everything is talent misplaced. Once in a seminar of terrorism, I told that terrorism is absolute patriotism misplaced. What are all the qualities of patriots? Everything will be very perfectly found in a terrorist, not in a patriot. I told in one seminar. Why patriots, they are not succeeding, and why these terrorists, they are succeeding? Because terrorists, they are very much confined, connected, and they care only about the work. They won't think about anything else. But patriots speak something and they just take leave. The second thing is, while two patriots meet, there may be a clash of you or me. Whenever terrorists meet, they don't think about you and me. What we have to do? Back to bombard, back to explode. So that will be the mission of those people. So that is patriotism misplaced, I used to say. So economy can develop only by proper evaluation and proper value of flexibility of economy and adaptation of a multi-level economy. That must be there. It is possible only by a good administration. Because I have already told, if you want to bring mass benefit, as an individual I can bring 10 people, I can bring 100 people, I can conduct at 2 places because my resources are limited. If it is imperial resources, institutional, individual and imperial resources. If it is imperial resources, if I were a Minister for Science and Technology, for social welfare, or for religion and endowment, then immediately with the full domination and sovereignty, we can implant all of these things at various places because we have resources. We have mind, we have might, we have manpower, everything is there. So everybody must aim at a ruling system. Either they have to rule or their coordinate members or their like-minded spirits or the favorable spirits for the development of the nation, they must come for rule. So that is why administration. Administration means only legislation. The judicial and other things are there, the bureaucratic things are there, they are very submissive. They exist by subservience and negligence. So those people, they cannot be brought into the scene at all. I have already told in one ethical, this moral fabric seminar, I told one phenomena which was very much appreciated and applauded by people. Triple M phenomenon. What is triple M phenomenon? Mutation for mutual mistakes. I have done a mistake. Don't cross me. Likewise, you can do any mistakes or you have also done mistakes, I won't mind that. It is mutation for mutual mistakes. So this is the major rule. It is the India Century Mission, mutation of mutual mistakes, that is running the political machine now. Everybody, they have done a mistake or they are going to do a mistake. Either they will be would-be sinners or past sinners. Past sinners, their records will be just explored and they will be put into trial. Future people, they will be captivated red-handed. So they want to avoid all of these things. Mutation for mutual mistakes. Observe silence, both sides. Maunam kalahanasti. So this thing is prevailing in this administration. So legislation is the primary thing, and there are 5 responsibilities. A lot of people told, why you are talking about politics? We don't want politics. Even if you don't want politics, you are having a basic responsibility of politics. There are 5 responsibilities of politics. One is elective responsibility. Second thing is supportive responsibility. Third thing is active responsibility. Fourth thing is administrative responsibility. Fifth thing is dominant responsibility. So even though we are not dominant, even though we are not in administration, even though we are not active in politics, even though we need not even support some people, we must have the elective responsibility. And there was a question asked by a lot of people to me, yes, how it is possible? We are like Magnificent Seven, single man army, and we are limited and our resources are limited, and these people, the dirt is dense. The political dirt is dense. How we can remove the dense dirt? With a lot of other abnormal practices. What are the practices of politics? Totally those things are very stupid, stupendously stupid, and comfortably dangerous to the growing generations. How we are going to get rid of them? Number 1, power share. Number 2, wealth share. Third thing is dynasty breeding. Fourth thing is favor and favor executions. Fifth thing is image building. Sixth thing is suppression of facts. Existing politics I am saying, suppression of facts. Seventh thing is muscle rule. Eighth thing is trade. These are the Ashtanga yogas of modern politics. So persons may ask how we are going to do it. We are limited people, we are non-violent people, we are spiritual people, we are pious, we are virtuous, we are soft. These soft, tender people, delicate-minded people, how we are going to face these demonic and fiendish imps? The Shastras say that you must not totally be negligent of society. Non-participation in politics is a social crime, and you are sharing the sin of all the things, all the activities and its impacts which the ruling party is doing. If you are not selecting anybody, if you don't exhaust your right or responsibility for election, immediately you will get a social crime, but also there is a sin share. Any person coming to rule, you will join with the sin. Then how we can execute? There are 3 possibilities. One is a silent protest. There will be a lot of independent candidates. By putting your vote, they are not going to come into rule. Meanwhile, you can also exhaust or you can implement your voting right also. If you can select a good person, okay. But you have to vote for somebody. Otherwise, there will be having some representative imposter who will go there and put your vote. Isn't it so? So we must not neglect this thing at all. Because unless we have power, all of our policies are like the betel nuts in a teethless mouth. It won't have any value. Certainly we must have some power. Powerless persons cannot do anything. They can just dream, imagine and depart. So, this protest, silent protest is not encouraging that person. Encourage any good person or do something casually to some person accidentally which is not going to contribute to something conspicuous. The second thing is mass protest. You have to organize a mass protest. Gradually you have to organize that. Then the third thing is known as judicial protest. Wherever there is visible or transparent mismanagement, corruption or anything, you can protest like that. It is just like a jar of water, we used to say in Shastras. There is a jar of water, full of dirty water, wastage. You keep on pouring water inside. It is full of water, keep on just pouring inside. It will be diluted, 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 diluted. At one stage, you will be seeing only good water inside. Likewise, we have to penetrate into the dirt system with a catalytic skill of not being mingled or not being metamorphosed by their relation and connectivity, still capable of at least having some influence on them. So this is a very slow process. We cannot create wonders between dawn and dusk. It takes its own time. That's why we have named it a century mission. Nobody can ask why we have not done it. We will say a century mission. We are doing it as a process. Yes. We have to do these 3 protests: judicial protest, mass protest.